Hello again, folks. It's time again for Comic Book Chronicles, or Tales of the Storage Unit, or I don't know, DC Comics version of Spider-Man.
DC Comics.
It has to do with comic books. It's this guy,
Detective Comics.
Yes, this guy who's I guess a little weird and is trying to sell us comic books and trying to get people to watch these videos and wondering if anyone is watching. But hey, it's all cool stuff. We'll talk about Spider-Man comic books today. This will be the third installment of Amazing Spider-Man, and I know some of you are going to be interested in this. Maybe. Let's see what happens.
I know some of you are going to be interested in this. Maybe.
Here's Spider-Man again. So this is the third one. I think the last issues we left off at were 339 or 340.
I think I remember that, yeah.
So this box picks up at 340. New York's neurotic superhero. This features the Femme Fatales. Spider-Man 340. I believe this looks like Eric Larson art. So, cool stuff. Got a couple of copies of that. So, okay. 5 copies. I got a literal handful, I guess. Spider-Man 341. Spidey Goes Normal. Featuring Tarantula.
Define normal.
That means he loses his powers, I guess. As the blurb at the bottom says, with no power.
Comes no responsibility, I guess.
Spider-Man 342 with Scorpion and Black Widow, or Black Cat.
Black Cat.
And Spider-Man is trying to fight Scorpion with no power, so that's not good.
Is that DC's version of Catwoman?
In a way, yeah. She seems to be in a similar vein, for sure. Now Spidey's got his powers back in issue 343. So, always trying... A first cameo appearance of Cletus Cassidy, who eventually becomes Carnage. But
meanwhile, the Rhino is the villain.
Yeah, Rhino and Cardiac are featured in this issue. But
is Cardiac the robot-looking guy?
I guess so, yeah. So they mentioned Venom right here. Venom really dead? Well, probably not. Venom lives. I believe this is the first full appearance of Cletus Cassidy, 345, or Carnage. Actually, it's probably just Cletus Cassidy, because I don't think Carnage appears until issue 361, but that's a whole different story. So, anyway, it's Venom. It's connected with Venom, so always good stuff. Not in the greatest of shape, but still. Now, full-on Venom. Venom on the cover. 346. Alas, poor Spider-Man, I killed him well. Knows his Shakespeare. Poor Yorick. The Venom that launched 1,000 ships, which I know is not Shakespeare, but still, it's a good quote.
What's not Shakespeare?
The face that launched 1,000 ships is not a Shakespeare quote. I forget.
What is it?
It's a quote from a play. It's a contemporary of Shakespeare, I believe. I can't remember who it is, but this is issue 348 with the Avengers and Sandman. So pretty cool stuff. Anytime Spider-Man and the Avengers get together, it's pretty cool. In the old days, Spider-Man was always kind of like, will he, won't he, joining the Avengers? And then, of course, Brian Michael Bendis comes along, and suddenly Spider-Man and Wolverine are all in the Avengers, because we have to have all of the most popular of Marvel's characters featured in the Avengers now, instead of not being in the Avengers, which for, all the time along had worked just fine with Spider-Man not being affiliated with the Avengers, except for tangentially. But suddenly he was a member of the Avengers, and that led to all sorts of crazy hijinks. These
powers for 6 months.
Yeah, according to the movie, yes. Here's Spider-Man 349 with Dr. Doom in the foreground, and who's that? The Black Fox, who's a master thief. And Spider-Man 350, Spidey versus Dr. Doom. Again, with a Fantastic Four movie coming out, you never know. Spider-Man versus the Tricentennial and Nova and New Warriors.
Is Dr. Doom a big enemy of the Fantastic Four?
Oh, yeah. He is the enemy of the Fantastic Four. More Spider-Man 352 featuring Nova. Here's 353, the first issue of the Sidekick's Revenge, part 1 of 3.
Wait, is Dr. Doom the one who says, "Oh, of course, you fools"?
He certainly is. 354. And that's a reference to a Fantastic Four radio show or something like that had cool stories that they told from like the early issues of the Fantastic Four, and the most noteworthy thing about it is that Bill Murray is the voice of Human Torch, which is pretty cool. There's 354, Round Robin Sidekicks Revenge Part 2. Here's Round Robin Sidekicks Revenge Part 3, issue 355.
I wonder if that's like the Southern California Wildcat Fighting League Round Robin Invitational.
Something like that, yeah. 356, this is Part 4. 357, Part 5. And 358, Part 6. So I got them all. If you're interested in this series, and I have a little note I put on here. ASM 358, torn spine, taped cover. Fortunately,
Blasphemy.
There's another copy that's in pristine condition, I'm sure. It has absolutely no blemishes that anyone human could even see. Look, absolutely blemish free. See, it's in perfect condition. See,
it's only a simple blemish.
In my opinion, there's no such thing as a perfect comic book, but I'm not much of a grader myself. I just kind of say it looks like it's in pretty good shape to me. So here's Cardiac number 359. We talked about him earlier. Here he is appearing again. I think he was kind of like a not so bad guy. 359. This is 362, which is unfortunate because I don't have a copy of 361, which is the first appearance of Carnage, but this is the second appearance of Carnage. So,
which is Carnage the red guy?
Yeah, Carnage is the red guy, kind of like an offshoot of Venom, and then
I kind of noticed, yeah.
And then there were many offshoots of Venom, so can't get enough Venom. There's 363. So I have 2 of 3 of the first Carnage story, if you're interested, folks. 364 features the Shocker. Got a bunch of those. I have seemingly like an endless supply of those. If you're interested, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 copies of 364. I would be happy to sell all of them to you at a highly discounted rate.
Do you think you have enough?
Yeah, 365. The cool holographic.
Ooh, it like gets rainbow.
Yeah. What is that called?
Tinfoil?
No, I forget what that kind of image is. It's not a hologram, but it's something like that. But anyway, this is Spider-Man.
An impression, maybe?
Yeah, this is Spider-Man 365. I don't know. Is Spider-Man 365 the 30th anniversary issue? Very cool. 366, the Red Skull. Peter Parker's parents.
Ooh.
Yeah, Peter Parker's parents returned. They were featured in an old annual that turned out that they were secret agents or something like that and did have some sort of affiliation fighting the Red Skull or something like that. So Marvel revived this plot later in this era. So
is that why he's raised by Aunt May then?
Yeah, probably. 1, 2.
As Aunt May continues to get younger
4,
with each Marvel movie
5,
that
6,
features
7.
her.
Yeah. So got copies of that. 367. Continuing with this. 368.
Like 4 copies of that one.
Yep. 369. Looks like Electro. It says plus the Green Goblin. So Green Goblin.
You can definitely tell which superhero is your favorite.
Yeah. 370 with Scorpion. Yeah, Spider-Man's definitely always been my favorite. 371 Spider Slayers, and looks like the Black Cat's involved too.
Huh.
372 or 371. There it is again. Oh, the same issue. 372. More Spider Slayers and the Black Cat.
And things don't look so good for Spidey and the Black Cat either.
Yep. 373, Invasion of the Spider Slayers conclusion. To lead into Venom attacks. The V-Man's targets Richard and Mary Parker. 30th anniversary of Spider-Man. 1962 to 1992. Which counts Amazing Fantasy 15 because people will also wonder, Spider-Man 1 didn't come out until 1963, and that is correct, but Amazing Fantasy 15 came out in 1962. So, that's what they're talking about there. And here's another foil cover. Spider-Man versus Venom. Very cool. The final confrontation. Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, the final confrontation, like the Who's farewell tour of 1989, which was like the first of 11 farewell tours. So, but
how shocking!
This is not the final confrontation, despite the large,
final frontier.
Despite the red ink and the larger font on the cover, it is not Spider-Man and Venom's final battle. But
I would say because it's italicized, but comic writers have a habit of italicizing random words. So
yeah, there's 376 Cardiac, Sticks and Stone. The Fury of Cardiac again, and the not so niceness of Sticks and Stones too. Maximum Carnage. This is something that has gotten a little flack over the years, and there's a great series on internet written by Glenn Greenberg or something like that, I believe, that he talks about the background behind the series and what went into producing it. But it was huge. It was, you know, 3 of 14, part 3 of 14, and it went through all of the Spider-Man titles. And I think there were even 2, like Spider-Man Unlimited, that were created specifically to help tell the story. And it's a very you know, wide-ranging story, taking advantage of the popularity of Carnage and Venom and Spider-Man, of course. But, you know, the behind-the-scenes story is really interesting. I mean, I remember reading it and thinking, it was called The Life of Riley or something like that. I forget, because of the Ben Reilly clone thing. But anyway, if you're interested, you could look that up. It's a really interesting read, and it does talk a little bit about what went into Maximum Carnage and, you know, how much trouble it was to produce it, and how it did kind of annoy people within Marvel. And, you know, it was just an all-consuming effort that, and even fans seem to be a bit mixed on it. But, you know,
it does have the rage of Venom, apparently.
You can't say that Marvel wasn't always trying out new things. I mean, this was a really ambitious thing to do. And, you know, I guess it's kind of a mixed bag as to whether or not it was successful or even achieved its ends. But I'm sure they sold a lot of comic books, and you know, that's really what the name of the game was.
That's really the most important thing.
So this is Maximum
for
Carnage.
them anyway.
This is part 7 of 14. So like I was saying, it's a very you know, ambitious and widespread thing. This one's Amazing Spider-Man 378, and it's part 3.
Well, the fact that you don't have some of the issues doesn't mean that it's ambitious.
Well, I do have them. I just don't have them here because some of them are in Web of Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man and that sort of thing. So,
they like crossed them over multiple.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it was very ambitious. It went through all of the Spider-Man titles at the time. So this is what 3 and 7 of Spider-Man. So I'm imagining that 380 must be part 11 if it goes by 4s. So yeah, I think it was Adjectiveless Spider-Man.
Adjectiveless Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, and Spectacular Spider-Man. And then they had Spider-Man Unlimited for the... I don't know if they were bookend issues, but they were Spider-Man Unlimited, I believe, were the 2 issues that are part of the 14. So that's that for that era of Spider-Man, and I'll have more later. But that takes us well through the Copper Age. So that's some really good stuff. So this covers from 340 to about 380. And there's plenty of copies there. So if you are interested in those Spider-Man issues, please contact me. Like I said, via comments below, or go to the eBay link, which you'll find below, and say, hey man, there are some of those Spider-Man comics that you had there that look pretty cool. I'd like to buy some of them. And I will say, all right, I'll create an auction just for you, and you can go and have a look. So please, if these videos are...
And your auctions usually include like pictures, like scans of the pages, right?
I'll definitely put not pages, but if you want extra pictures, I will put...
What do you normally do then, the cover?
Normally it's just the cover or the back cover, unless there's something wonky in the inside, or if there's something noteworthy. If, like, you know, if somebody wants to find out if the Marvel Value stamp is present, I will take a picture of it and put it on the auction. But it depends. Usually it's just front and back cover. Sometimes with newer books I only put the front cover, but there's not a condition concern in those cases. Anyway, so yeah, if you're interested in these books, please let me know, and I will be happy to create an auction just for you. So I hope that you find these videos entertaining, and if you do, please let me know. And please subscribe if you... I never said that in any of these videos before.
I was about to say by leaving a like is how you would...
Please subscribe, because I would love to see more subscribers. But yes, if you're interested, please do. And thank you for watching. And I'm out of here. Have a great day, folks.